Welcome to the Tea with the Masters podcast, featuring 3 of the world's leading martial arts experts: the warrior, world-breaking champion, holder of multiple world records, professional teacher, mentor, and World Martial Arts Congress representative for the Republic of Ireland, Sifu Keith Fanning; the scholar, author, speaker, mentor, business coach, life coach, and president of the USA Hapkido Union, Grandmaster Richard Hackworth; the philosopher, author, language culture, and leadership development teacher, and spokesmodel for the World Martial Arts Congress, Instructor Ma. This show is sponsored by World Martial Arts Media. COM, the world's leader in martial arts education, information, and entertainment. We invite you to like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that you never miss an exciting episode. Now let's get on with the show.
Hi folks, and welcome to Tea with the Masters podcast. My name is Sifu Keith Fanning, and tonight on my segment for the podcast I'll be talking about martial arts and the part-time versus full-time dedication. Something that's come up quite a lot over my history, my time in martial arts is, people who do a couple of hours compared to people who do a couple of hours every day. So a couple of hours per week versus a couple of hours per day. And some would consider that full-time versus part-time. Again, I've always said, once you're doing any kind of martial arts, it's always beneficial, and the movement, whether you're doing 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or 10 hours per week, you are getting your martial arts training done, so it is valuable, and I will never ever take away from that. However, in saying that, I have a little piece where I'm going to talk about tonight, and the idea behind it is it's the division between the two. So you're talking part-time versus full-time. The journey to mastery in martial arts is a demanding one. And while many individuals incorporate training into their busy lives, a select few actually dedicate themselves to full-time training. And this is all in the pursuit of excellence. In tonight's podcast piece, I want to talk about and go over the key differences between the difference. Like I said, it's the difference between the person who does 2 hours per week, which is an hour per class twice a week, and a difference between the person who does 2 or 3 hours per day, 7 days a week. The part-time practitioner, sorry, stumbling on my words tonight. While we call them part-time, they're still martial artists. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away from it. Like I said, I love the fact that people are doing martial arts regardless. But the part-time martial artists, they're individuals who are trying to balance their training with their life commitments, such as work, family, or education. While admirable in their approach, this presents unique challenges. Progress might be slower due to limited training time, and consistency can also be difficult to keep up, However, part-time training offers a valuable outlet for stress relief, physical fitness and personal growth. It can also help, with confidence. It can help with certain muscular issues. People who do part-time training do so sometimes just for stress relief. And again, my master used to say, the second you walk into a martial arts hall, dojo, dojang, whichever happens to be, you are there for you. You are not Keith the father, you're not Keith the employee, you're not Keith the employer. You are there for you, and your martial arts training should be for you. I've talked about this in the past, and I do believe that when you make that commitment, whether it's, as I said, 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 hours per week, it's time for you. It's time that you have to set aside. You make a decision, a conscious decision that, yes, this is my time. I'm not going to answer my phone unless there's a medical emergency at home, or, a really serious work issue that has to be dealt with. I'm not going to answer my phone. And again, my master used to make us turn our phones on silent. you have to remember too, it's only in the last 20 years really that mobile phones have kind of hit the peak they've hit now. So it's one of those things where I still kind of keep my master's values of, phones are off unless they really need to be, or kept on silent, in the background. Now we go to the full-time martial artists. Full-time martial artists dedicate their lives to training, whether it's competition, teaching, or just training. They immerse themselves in the martial arts world, allowing for rapid skill development and deeper understanding of the art. This level of dedication also can lead to higher levels of proficiency and expertise. This is where my own training schedules came into the key difference, and I'm going to give a quick story where a guy asked how could somebody inside our system in the 1970s get a black belt within 2 years. And it came down to time served, pretty much, because most martial artists at that time were training 1 or 2 hours, maybe 3 hours per week. Where my dad and my master had been teaching for 3 to 4 hours per night. And guys were there doing, 5-6 nights per week. So when you accumulated the hours served over the course of a year, compared to the average martial artist, or part-time martial artist, as we said, it now became where your hours spent training and dedicated to training meant that you reached your black belt quicker than the guy who was only doing 2 hours per week. Some of the key differences, I've jotted down some notes here, and some of the key differences is time commitment. Full-time martial arts invest significantly more time in training, allowing for a higher volume of practice and a faster skill acquisition. It comes down to repetition. And the more times you practice something, the better you get at it, and the more proficient you become at it. And it's when you come down to the guy who trains 2 hours on a Tuesday and 2 hours on a Thursday, and outside of those 2 hours per night, he doesn't even think about a side kick or think about a punch. Now you see where the person who's dedicating 4 or 5 hours per day as a full-time student now has that difference of skill acquisition. Depth of knowledge is something else that, consistent exposure to the art enables full-time practitioners to develop a speedy understanding of techniques, strategies, and philosophy. Also, the physical conditioning. Dedicated training hours allow for optimal physical development, leading to enhanced athleticism and performance. This then leads us into the mental focus. When full-time martial artists devote more mental energy to studying the art, leading to improved strategic thinking and problem-solving abilities. I only talked about this tonight in my class, when sometimes we do a particular technique, whatever happens to be. The guy, when we're training, stands still and allows you to perform the technique, which is a great way to learn a technique. But then, mid-technique, you make your opponent step or move or sidestep. Now you've got to adapt. Now you have to adjust your thinking to make sure that you can follow him and not get, that's not how it was scripted. What do I do next? So you have to problem solve in a moment's notice. These are things that my master always kind of said to us, it's adapting. And again, we can go back, there's loads of different things out there, adapt, overcome, all these things. We can kind of throw out one-liners and analogies all night. But when it comes to finding a balance, while full-time dedication is ideal, it's not always feasible for everybody. I was lucky in my 20s. I was no commitment, as a lot of us. We had no commitment, I had no kids, I had no mortgage, I had no bills to pay as such, outside of the standard week stuff. But it allowed me to full-time train, and I wouldn't change a day of it. My full-time training was anywhere up to 10 hours a day, and I loved every minute. I could talk about that all day. That's another day's topic though. The key is to find a balance that work for the individual circumstances. Even part-time practitioners can achieve remarkable progress with consistent effort and focus, with the right mindset. Ultimately, the path to mastery is unique for each individual, whether training part-time or full-time. The pursuit of excellence and a lifelong commitment to the art are essential for achieving one's full potential, I'm reading from notes here, as well as talking to you, but only because I tend to go off topic sometimes and I kind of get caught up in certain parts of stories. You know, there was I'm going to call it a mathematical equation where repetition builds speed. Speed plus repetition equals power. This is something my father used to have on the wall in one of the training halls. And it meant that the more we practiced something, the better we got it, the faster we got it, and the more power we could deliver in that strike. You know, and when it came to sparring, we would focus on maybe kicks that didn't feel quite right in the last training session, you know. Maybe my left round kick wasn't working 100% in the last training session, so I focused the next training session on that one. And I think that was one of the beauties of being full-time training, where we had that ability. We weren't clock watching, we weren't, limited to, okay, our hall hire ends in 1 hour, so we have to get this done and we have to fit in a way to do it, you know. We kind of had the time to practice more. And I think that's where I've always gone with, when I look today at some of the people out there, and masters and grandmasters and all these different titles that are out there, and I ask myself, how many of them dedicated their lives to training, and how many were part-time? Not taken away from anybody, trust me. I'm not questioning anybody, I'm not taking away from anybody. But I know the hours I put in. And I know the hours I put in to get where I am today. And that's the difference in what I believe helped me. But like I said, the topic was part-time versus full-time. Once you're doing a martial art, I believe that you're doing something really good for you. I do believe that when you do a martial art, you're doing it for the purpose of helping yourself, whether it be for self-defense, for confidence, for fitness, for a hobby, a part-time thing, a pastime. All of these things really work well. Anyway, I hope I haven't gone on too much. Sorry for the few stumbles on reading my own notes, but my handwriting can get scribbly when I get excited. I've enjoyed this podcast, this segment this time around, and I look forward to the next one. Thanks again for listening. If anybody wants to reach out, give me a shout. sifufanning@gmail.com and sifufanning.com. Thank you very much.
Martial Arts Lifestyle 365, the world's leading martial arts resource.
Hello, I am Richard Hackworth. I am the president of the USA Hapkido Union. Over the years, I have earned the reputation of being a scholar of the history, culture, and traditions of the Korean martial arts. I hope that you will find my part of the show informative and educational. This part of the show is sponsored by usahapkidounion.org. So, let's dive into today's topic, the 10 character traits of great martial artists. Martial arts, at their core, are a microcosm of life. The techniques, strategies, and physical demands mirror the challenges we face in the broader world. But it is the cultivation of specific character traits that truly distinguishes a martial artist from a mere practitioner. These traits are the foundation upon which technical proficiency is built. They are the pillars of the martial temple. 1. Discipline, the bedrock of mastery. Discipline is the cornerstone of any endeavor, but in martial arts it is paramount. It is the ability to adhere to a rigorous training regimen to prioritize practice over pleasure, and to cultivate self-control. Discipline is not merely about obeying rules. It's about internalizing a standard of excellence and consistently meeting it. 2. Humility, the path to growth. Despite accomplishments, a true martial artist remains humble. This is not about false modesty, but recognition that there is always room for improvement. Humility allows for continuous learning and adaptation, essential elements of mastery. 3. Courage, facing fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in its presence. In martial arts, fear is a constant companion, the fear of injury, failure, or the unknown. The champion confronts fear, not to eliminate it, but to understand it and act despite it. 4. Respect, the cornerstone of relationships. Respect is the foundation of any human interaction. In martial arts, it extends to training partners, opponents, and even inanimate objects. It is the acknowledgement of another's dignity and worth. This respect is not merely a social construct, but recognition of the inherent value of all beings. 5. Perseverance, the endurance of spirit. The path to mastery is fraught with challenges. Perseverance is the ability to persist in the face of adversity. It is the refusal to succumb to defeat. This trait is not merely about physical endurance, but about the strength of the human spirit. 6. Integrity, the compass of character. Integrity is the alignment of thoughts, words, and actions. It is the foundation of trust. In martial arts, integrity manifests as honesty in training, fair competition, and adherence to the code of conduct. 7. Focus, the blade of mind. The ability to concentrate on the task at hand is crucial. In the heat of competition or the intensity of training, focus is the difference between success and failure. It is the mind's ability to filter out distractions and channel energy into a specific goal. 8. Patience, the gardener of mastery. Mastery is not achieved overnight. Patience is the virtue that allows for gradual, steady progress. It is the ability to endure the plateau, to trust the process, and to find joy in the journey. 9. Mental toughness, the forging of the will. Martial arts are as much a mental battle as a physical one. Mental toughness is the ability to withstand pressure, overcome adversity, and maintain composure under stress. It is the foundation of resilience. 10. Leadership, inspiring others. A true martial artist is often a natural leader. It is the ability to inspire and motivate others, to share knowledge, and to build a community. Leadership is not about domination, but about empowering others to reach their full potential. These 10 traits are not merely aspirational, they are the practical tools for anyone seeking mastery. They are the compass guiding us through the complex terrain of human experience. By cultivating these qualities, we not only excel in martial arts, but also enrich every aspect of our lives. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start today, and with consistent effort, you will find yourself on the path to becoming a true martial artist. I want to personally thank you for supporting today's show. I invite you to join the USA Hapkido Union today. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Remember, the journey to the heart of Hapkido begins with a single step. Get started today. Don't go away. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors. If you practice taekwondo, tangsudo, hapkido, judo, or any other Korean martial art, you will find the top experts in the world in our community at facebook.com/groups/Korean martial arts. We invite you to join today.
Hello, I am Instructor Ma. I am the World Martial Arts Congress, language, culture, and character development teacher. This portion of the show is sponsored by worldmartialartscongress.cn. While you are here, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button and share this video with a friend. It helps more than you know. Now, on with the show. Today's topic is philosophy, the soul of martial arts. The masters of ancient China recognized that martial arts were more than just physical combat. They were a profound path to personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Philosophy was an integral component of training, providing a framework for understanding the deeper meaning and purpose of martial arts. Here are 5 compelling reasons why philosophy was considered essential for martial arts mastery. 1. Cultivating inner peace and balance. Martial arts philosophy emphasizes harmony between mind, body, and spirit. By cultivating inner peace and balance, practitioners could enhance their focus, control, and overall performance. Techniques like meditation and breathing exercises were incorporated into training to achieve this mental equilibrium. 2. Understanding the true nature of conflict philosophy helped martial artists understand the nature of conflict and the importance of avoiding it whenever possible. The ideal outcome of a confrontation was not victory, but rather the preservation of harmony. This perspective shaped the development of defensive techniques and strategies focused on de-escalation. 3. Developing ethical conduct. Martial arts were seen as a tool for personal development, not just physical combat. Philosophy provided a moral compass, guiding practitioners in their behavior both inside and outside the training hall. Concepts of honor, respect, and compassion were central to the martial arts ethos. 4. Enhancing mental fortitude. The study of philosophy helped martial artists develop mental resilience and perseverance. By understanding the impermanence of things and the importance of overcoming challenges, practitioners could cultivate a strong mind capable of withstanding adversity. 5. Achieving enlightenment through martial arts. For some, the ultimate goal of martial arts was spiritual enlightenment. Philosophy provided a framework for understanding the universe and one's place within it. By mastering both the physical and mental aspects of martial arts, practitioners sought to attain a higher level of consciousness. Just as the ancient masters did, I firmly believe that philosophy was an indispensable component of ancient Chinese martial arts. It provided a holistic approach to training, encompassing physical, mental, and spiritual development. By understanding the underlying philosophical principles, martial artists could achieve a deeper level of mastery and use their skills for the benefit of themselves and society. For more information on the World Martial Arts Congress, please visit our website at www.worldmartialartscongress.cn. To find out how to become a Yangsheng Tai Chi instructor, visit www.healthylifetaichi.com. If you got something from this video, and I certainly hope that you did, it would mean a lot to me if you liked and commented on this video. Thank you for watching.
You have been enjoying the Tea with the Masters podcast, the world's foremost martial arts lifestyle podcast. On behalf of our show hosts, we thank you for watching and remind you to visit our sponsor, worldmartialartsmedia.com, the world's leader in martial arts education, information, and entertainment. We look forward to having you join us again next time. We love to hear from you, so please feel free to leave us some words of encouragement in the comments section.